Welcome to this quick news video in which we are going to talk about something very peculiar. We are observing a very strange phenomenon which goes completely against the mechanism of the real estate market. Usually, when the number of transactions slows down, prices slow down too. It's normal. There are fewer sales, so to be able to still sell, prices must go down as a consequence. And this is what we are observing in several countries. For example, in Sweden, prices have registered a decrease of 12% as a consequence of an 11% drop in the number of transactions. In Germany, prices have gone down so far 10%. We are receiving news from the UK that there too prices are slowing down. But it seems that Spain is showing a completely different picture. Although the number of transactions has decreased in Spain too as a consequence of the increase in the mortgage rates, the prices are still going up. So, why is that? Well, that lies in what is the most basic and fundamental rule of the real estate market or any market: demand and offer. Spain is currently building half of the needed number of new properties, which means that the demand for newly built properties is much higher than the offer. And this is what drives the increase in prices. We see the confirmation of this in the fact that the prices that are increasing the most are the prices of new construction. It is foreseen that overall, during the whole year, prices of newly built properties will register a 5.2% increase. On the other hand, second-hand properties will register more or less a 1% increase in prices. So they are still increasing, but much less compared to newly built properties. Why this difference between demand for new and for second-hand? Well, we have a video where we talk in detail about this, but it's two completely different markets. And now, especially new buyers, young first-time buyers, they want a new property because the quality of a new property, and some of them in Spain may be extremely affordable, it is completely different than a second-hand property. I'm not talking about the property itself, because you have magnificent second-hand properties, refurbished historical properties that are pieces of art. But what is the building, the technology of the building, the installation, the system, the aerothermal system that now it's installed everywhere, the material used in newly built is something that we would never find in an old building unless the whole building has been refurbished. Sometimes they just keep the facade and refurbish everything else. But in this case, even if it's in theory an old building, we consider it newly built. So this is what is driving the prices up, even in this situation of increase in mortgage rates. We also have to say that only 56% of the number of transactions involves mortgage. This is also another reason. It is quite easy in Spain to find a property, especially if it is purchased in the first phases of a new construction, if it's purchased off plan on the new phases of the early phases of a new construction project. prices can be extremely affordable. So a lot of buyers, and especially a lot of foreigners, are able to buy a property, sometimes even 2 or 3 properties, in the early phases of a project, of a new project, without any mortgage. So this is also one of the reasons why we observe this phenomenon that goes against the current. And this is another proof of how healthy the real estate sector is in Spain. So it is a very good moment to invest in a newly built property, and especially if you can catch a flat, a unit in the first phases, you will already gain equity, because by the end of the construction, prices will already go up, and sometimes considerably. So this is a very good moment to consider that if you are planning an investment. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more news. I am Daniela Gnecchi, and I will see you very soon.